I'm 22 years old, Una living from failing lungs. I failed at life and will now be leaving behind a 3-year-old daughter. As the title suggests, last week, I received the news from my doctor that I'm getting Una lived from lung cancer. It turns out that getting into smoke since I was 15 and then increasing it to 3 packs each day a few years ago was a bad idea. Stupid, I know, you don't have to tell me twice. I didn't think it would come so soon though. It's stage 4, and as of now, I have only months to live. Please don't feel bad for me, I've done nothing good in life except having my daughter to really be sad about losing me. I have no family because I grew up in the foster system and aged out at 18. My daughter's father is in prison for serious crimes, and even if he got out, he wouldn't be allowed to be in her life. My daughter is only 3. We don't live in a good area, and when I go to work, I have to leave her with an elderly neighbor who always gets her name wrong every day. I don't want her to grow up like I did, in that foster care system. I feel like it's the reason why I messed up, and did nothing good with my life. Yeah, I know it's not the only reason, and my own stupidity caused most of my issues, but if I just had some family or a support system to keep me in check, it could have been better. I just want to give her some chance to have a better shot than I did. The thing is, I do have an idea for who could take care of her. One of my closest friends is a coworker at my job, and she's amazing. While I'm at the bottom of the job, like if they need to lay off people, I would definitely be the first to go, but she's their prized worker and makes serious money. She has a good husband and a kid. I want to ask her if she would be okay with adopting my little girl once I'm gone, but I know it won't go well. The thing is, my coworker and her family are dark-skinned, and my daughter and I are light-skinned. We both have blue eyes and can't tan. There is no way I can ask my friend to adopt my daughter and force her to deal with the kind of issues that an adoption like that will bring to her family. But then that just leaves my little girl to grow up like I did, in an awful system with only a will of about $1,000 to help her and a necklace my mother had that I'm going to give her. I don't know if I should just ask my close friend if she is willing to take my daughter, or just suck it up and try to work as hard as I can to get as much money into my will for my girl, but either way, I failed as a mother, and that is a regret I am literally taking to my grave. Edit. Okay, I reached out to her and we were able to set up a place to meet. It's some simple, cheap bakery where you can eat inside. I'm going to ask her if she can adopt my daughter. That way, if she says no, I can have more time to go to an adoption agency near us. Thank you for the support everyone. Update 1. A day after my post, I was able to meet up with my friend, and after telling her about my diagnosis, which is something I haven't shared with anyone at work, I asked her if she was willing to adopt my little girl. She was shocked and tried to comfort me about my upcoming fate, but she told me she couldn't give me her answer right then and there. Turns out, she does want a daughter, but something happened in her second pregnancy that caused her issues, and I don't feel right sharing the details. So, she does want to consider adopting, but she first needs to talk to her husband and discuss the planning if he agrees. I understood since it was a significant change in their family. I said okay, and after we ate, she gave me a hug and told me she will miss me. This is embarrassing, but I actually started crying. I also began making the emails. A user gave me this idea, and I thought it was amazing. So, I created an email for my daughter and started pre-recording videos for various things. It's nowhere near ready, but I already have some ideas and recorded some videos for her birthdays and significant life events, like first crushes, prom, and her first job. Sadly, I realized while planning it that most of the videos will be, don't do what I did, kind of videos. My friend reached out to me a few days ago and said that after having a long talk with her husband, they are both considering it. Apparently, they do this thing where, after discussing a significant change in their lives, they'll come to an agreement and then wait for a while. If they're still on the same page, it sounds like a good idea. She did tell me that it wasn't a yes, though, there are some issues they want to fix first. She said that while they both really like the idea, they barely know anything about my little girl. Her husband and 6-year-old son haven't even seen her, and while she has seen and heard about her, it's from me, so she told me about a plan they came up with. For the rest of this month, I'm going to have to get up 2 hours earlier than normal to drop off my daughter at their house, so her husband can watch over her as he works at home, then I'll go to work with my coworker. This way, her husband and son can get to know her. She also said she wants us to celebrate Christmas with them, so that's something to look forward to in the future. I already did it yesterday, and when I went to pick up my little girl, she was the happiest I've ever seen her in a long time. My friend's husband said that they got off on the wrong foot initially. She was really scared sometimes and didn't want to play with their son yet. However, since it was their first day, he thinks she'll get better. We did it again today, and he said she mostly watched their son play, but it was already better than yesterday. So that's what's happening right now. I'm scared this will be for nothing, but at the very least, now my daughter is getting better at their house for now. So even if they say no in the end, she already has some better memories than when she was with me.